Hello everyone, Gun Insights Review. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic that often sparks debate among enthusiasts: experts' guns. In an era where the choices are vast and varied, what constitutes an expert's gun? It used to be the 1911s carried in the age of the striker-fired pistol. Once upon a time, it was the humble Smith & Wesson Model 10, the gun that adorned the belt of every beat cop and detective in the land. Today, experts carry a wide variety of guns, and thanks to the proliferation of rapid information sharing brought about by the internet and social media, your average shooter might carry the exact same setup as a true professional. But there are still some guns you'll see in the holsters of experts more often than not, or at least carried by experts for very specific purposes. In this video, I'll be telling you about 7 such guns that only experts are likely to carry. Before we get started, please consider signing up to become a member of the channel. Channel members get great perks like private videos, downloadable how-to guides, and a whole lot more. Plus, your patronage will help us make our content even better and reach an even wider audience of shooters like you. For that, you'll have our thanks. Now, let's check out these guns. First up, we have the Nighthawk Custom Agent 2. 1911s are the most American pistols that have ever been and are beloved by enthusiasts, amateurs, and professionals alike. So why is the Nighthawk Custom Agent 2 considered an expert's gun? Simply enough, this is a pistol designed from the ground up for those who demand the very best when cost is literally no object. Retailing for a breathtaking $5,200, the Agent 2 is a collaboration between Nighthawk Custom and Agency Arms. Handcrafted and assembled, this single-action .45 features a forged government frame, light rail, and extensive hand fitting throughout. From the crown and flush-cut barrel to the fluted barrel hood slide, extended beaver tail grip safety, and everything else on the outside, it doesn't look much different from a 1911 that might be offered for a fifth of the price from a number of other manufacturers. But this is a return to form for the 1911, back to an era before there were MIM parts for everything and each pistol required the touch of a skilled craftsman every step of the way. The Agent 2 is a true sleeper gun in this day and age. All dash, no flash, just what a true professional demands. Next on the list is the Beretta 92 FS. I have little doubt that some people are raising an eyebrow at the inclusion of this tried and true Cold War classic, only recently retired from US military service. What makes this entirely common combat 9mm the choice of professionals? It's because you should probably fear the person that picks a double-action/single-action semi-auto in the era of the striker-fired gun that has a trigger pull more like a mouse click. To most shooters these days, especially young shooters, the DA/SA is hopelessly archaic. You have to learn 2 different trigger pulls to run the gun, starting out with a really heavy pull like a revolver, and then remember to decock the thing before you put it away. Who's got time for that? Who would waste time for that? Simply put, those who know that managing an escalating situation or an unknown contact at gunpoint is far different from going for fast split times on the range with no one shooting back. A DA/SA gun is ideal for this purpose. Furthermore, the Beretta 92 family of pistols in all iterations are some of the most accurate, reliable, and durable handguns ever made. They also make superb suppressor hosts for intimate wet work when you don't want to wake the neighbors. The Beretta M9 and 92 FS are definitely getting up there in years, but they still compare amazingly well too. Landing somewhere between meme-worthy and outright insanity, the Ruger Super Redhawk Alaskan is bar none one of the most brutal handguns you will ever have the misfortune of shooting. Packing 6 rounds of the infamously powerful .454 Casull, it begs the question why anyone would make it a snubby. Why cram one of the world's most formidable Magnum cartridges into such a huge revolver with such a short barrel? A short barrel that will rob it of velocity. Simply put, this is a special-purpose handgun intended for hunters, guides, and outdoorsmen who might come into contact with big and dangerous critters like grizzly bears. In such a situation, a long barrel will be slow and cumbersome to clear and get on target, or worse, someone might be desperate trying to hold off the rampaging beast at bad breath distance. That's where a specialized revolver like the Super Red Hawk Alaskan pays off. Even out of such a short pipe, the .454 Casull is more than capable of inflicting lethal wounds. That's why you'll see these revolvers hanging patiently on the hips and chest rigs of guys who have actually seen and sometimes battled the worst Mother Nature has to offer up close. We've got 4 more guns to go on our list, but before we get there, please take a second to click like and subscribe. You'll really be helping us out here on the channel, and by doing so, you can be sure you won't miss any upcoming videos here on guns you can't live without. At first glance, there's not much that seems professional about Beretta's adorable, venerable tip-up barrel 21A Bobcat. This pint-sized .22 LR is just as likely to be knocking around in the sock drawer of your grandparents' house. So what gives? Well, for certain surreptitious activities that require a quick, clandestine, and clean elimination of folks who have trespassed one too many times against state or corporate interests, the 21A Bobcat covert has special advantages. Despite the puny caliber, these little guns are highly reliable, and the threaded barrel, when locked in battery, functions like a fixed barrel. This makes them ideal suppressor hosts, and with current generation rimfire suppressors being so good and so quiet, this makes the Bobcat a truly tiny package with a can. A tiny package, but one that can still send a jacketed hollow point crashing through the skull of an adversary without raising a fuss. Or, just be used for discreet pest elimination. They might be as cute as a button, but you'd be wise to be wary of any insurance adjusters who have suspiciously calloused hands and carry one of these. Charter Arms is not a name that gets much acclaim from revolver snobs these days, seen as the lesser sibling or also-ran compared to industry mainstays like Smith & Wesson, Colt, and Ruger. But the real aficionados know that Charter Arms makes surprisingly reliable, affordable, and workmanlike wool guns. They also produce a few special configurations that are bound to draw a few eyebrow raises from the uninitiated. Far and away my favorite and the most remarkable is the Boomer Model 14429. At first appraisal, this snubby does not appear to be anything out of the ordinary, but then you notice the oversized cylinder. That's because it's a 5-shot .44 special. Then you notice it has a radically bobbed hammer and no front sight at all. And it's ported. So what gives? I'll tell you what gives. The Boomer is a true belly gun, a gun designed to be used in a fistfight or a clinch, or at contact distance. It won't snag, it's very unlikely to malfunction, and compared to any semi-auto, it is much, much harder for an assailant to tie up. And that's a wrap on my list of the guns that you're likely to see experts, real ones, carrying in the current year. We've looked at state-of-the-art semi-autos and specialized revolvers, each with something to offer skilled shooters with the training and experience to maximize them. I really want to hear what you think about that Charter Arms Boomer. Is it viable, or is it a bad idea given form? Let's chat about it down in the comments. And before you run, please take 1 second to hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you won't miss out on any great content here on Guns You Can't Live Without. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.